Hello, and thank you for those who responded to the previous videos. This week I want to look at the crucial question which I mentioned in the last video, muta marriages. Now, this is a real problem, and I really doubt that any Muslim scholar or any Muslim can really give me a satisfactory answer to this. So if you can, I want to know, please. And this is the question. Muta marriage is a marriage which Muhammad says is okay, and is a 3-day marriage. It's a marriage which has a beginning, and during that time a man can have sexual relations with a woman, and then it's going to end, full stop. It's a 3-day marriage. Now, compare that to the Christian or Jewish idea of a marriage, which is the biblical idea, which is a man and a woman for life. Now, the question is, I wonder, what would the God of the Bible say about this 3-day marriage? And what would people brought up on the Judeo-Christian ethic, what would they say about this 3-day marriage? And I reckon they would say that it's not a marriage at all. They would say that it's pretty much like prostitution. Now, I'm wondering, are there any Muslims out there who can give me the answer to this? Now I want to look at another issue, a really, really important and very controversial issue concerning the life of Muhammad. Again, I'm going to be using Islamic sources, and I'm talking about highly respected mainstream hadiths, Bukhari and Muslim. Let me read to you what it says about Muhammad's marriage to Aisha. Aisha narrating this. This is from Fatih al-Bukhari. I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's apostle used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves. But the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. The playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed to Aisha at the time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. This is Fatih al-Bukhari, page 143, volume 13. Sahih al-Bukhari, volume 8, book 73, number 151. So we've got a girl not at the age of puberty yet, and yet she's married to Muhammad. Next, and this is from Sahih Muslim, book 008, number 3311. Aisha, Allah be pleased with her, reported that Allah's apostle, may peace be upon him, married her when she was 7 years old. And she was taken to his house as a bride when she was 9. And her dolls were with her. So, there's no debate about it then. Clearly Muhammad did marry this girl when she was 7. And he did consummate the marriage when she was 9. No debate about that. That's absolutely, clear and obviously historical fact. Now, the big question that I have, and I would love to have an answer, is this. My Muslim friends tell me that Muhammad was the best example. His life was exemplary, and that they should aim to follow him. He is a great example, as we would expect if he was a true prophet of the living God. Now my question is this. Does this idea of a 52-year-old man marrying a 9-year-old girl really fit in, and having sexual relations with her obviously, does that really fit in with what we would expect of an exemplary lifestyle? Does it fit in with what we would expect of a prophet of the living God? Now, let me just say what I think it would look like in the West. If a man of 52 or 42 or 32 or even 22, frankly, had a sexual relationship with a 9-year-old, married her and had a sexual relationship with a 9-year-old, that would be against the law in every country of the West. I think probably most countries of the world, but I'm not absolutely sure about that. And it will be against the law, and it would be called by a very bad name. And yet, this is meant to be the lifestyle of a man whose lifestyle is exemplary. Obviously, that poses problems. One question I'd like to ask is this, to modern-day Muslims. How would you feel if your daughter, a 9-year-old daughter, was to be given away in marriage to a man of 52? Would you be happy with that? And if not, why? I think think that's the real question I want the answer to. Now, I know it's difficult, but we're dealing with facts here, and it is an important question. And ultimately, the question is Muhammad a real prophet, a true prophet of the living God? And I think the answer to this question should shed some light upon that, or at least I hope it will do. Thanks very much.